Republican Governor Greg Abbott has slightly increased his lead over Democrat challenger Beto O'Rourke, that according to the latest polls. Political experts believe the busing of asylum seekers and the increased attention on the border crisis may be one of the reasons. Fox 4's Stephen Dial has a look now at the most recent polls. Stephen.
Heather, Democrat nominee Beto O'Rourke is still in striking distance, according to a political scientist we've talked to today. But Governor Abbott is gaining momentum because of his controversial migrant bus plan and is keeping it in the national spotlight.
Early voting for the midterm election is almost a month away. The race for governor between Greg Abbott and Beto O'Rourke has been closely watched. Since August, polls say this is still a single-digit race.
I think the big overall message remains the same, which is that Greg Abbott is ahead in this race. He has not totally pulled away. He's fairly comfortable, but Beto remains within conceivable striking distance. And I think that's the message that comes from either one of these two surveys.
A UT Austin Texas Politics Project survey last week showed O'Rourke within 5 points of Abbott, but Abbott's lead over O'Rourke grew to 9 points in Monday's UT Tyler Dallas Morning News poll. A month ago, Abbott's lead was 7 points in a UT Tyler Dallas Morning News poll. The governor has turned up the heat on the Biden administration with his migrant busing strategy. SMU political scientist Matthew Wilson says it's helping him in the polls.
I think that Greg Abbott within Texas has actually gotten a lot of mileage out of his confrontational strategy with the Biden administration. I think a lot of Texans resent what they see as indifference out of Washington towards the situation at the border. Abbott, I think, has effectively capitalized on that.
54% of those polls support Abbott's bus plan, while O'Rourke told Fox 4 last month the Biden administration has not done enough. Wilson says the subject still puts him in a tough situation.
And what exactly is he supposed to say about this? He can't endorse Abbott's policy of sending migrants out of state. On the other hand, he can't buddy up to the Biden administration and say that everything's fine at the border. It's an issue that O'Rourke, I think, would rather not talk about at all, and it's why you don't see it figuring in any of his ads or publicity.
Democrats have seen the abortion issue as a bipartisan strategy to win in November.
Of course, people are going to disagree on the big issues. But Greg Abbott signed the most extreme abortion ban in the United States.
It's the most prominent topic in Beto O'Rourke's ads, and a large majority of those polled in Texas support exceptions for rape and incest, something that is not in Texas's abortion ban signed into law. In last week's UT Texas Politics Project poll, the border was the #1 issue to voters. Abortion was third, showing if the polls are a reflection of the electorate, the race will continue to be an uphill climb for O'Rourke.
If it hasn't happened over the summer in the wake of the Dobbs decision, it's hard to see what would happen between now and Election Day that would close that deal for him.
So some important dates to remember: the last day to register to vote, October 11th, and the first day for early voting in person, October 24th.